Hi guys, doing and welcome to another Arc Garage video. Today I'm going to show you how to replace gearbox oil on 5-speed manuals found in Alfa Romeo GT 147, 156, GTV and so on. So if you like the video, make sure to hit like, share and subscribe. First, let's check out the drain and fill plugs. The weird thing about this gearbox is the drain plug location. You can see it's located right here, and due to the subframe I can't really put the ratchet there. Now the fill plug is up here. You can see they are both greased up because I've used some WD-40 to undo them easier. This particular gearbox uses 75W85 synthetic oil with classification of GL+, and I'm going to use 2 liters of it. Besides that, I'm also going to use my mid-size ratchet, my mid-size extension, a 12mm Allen bit, and for that drain hole I'm also going to use a 12mm spanner. I'm gonna put it right here at the end. I don't want to catch this smaller side so I don't break it. I'm going to undo the fill plug so the oil can flow out a bit more freely. One thing that I forgot to mention about this particular gearbox is the quantity of oil it takes. By specifications it takes 2.1 liters of oil. However, since there is going to be some residual oil left in the gearbox, I'm probably gonna use even less than 2 liters. And now it's time to undo the drain plug. As I said, I'm gonna use 12mm Allen bit, and I'm also gonna use this 12mm spanner to get a good grip. Also, I'm gonna place it right here at the end. If I use a smaller spanner, I'm probably gonna break off the bit. Alright, there it is. Alright, let's see how that oil looks. Actually, on this light it doesn't really look that bad, but I'm going to take a sample of it and I'm going to show you exactly how dirty it is. Now you can see in this see-through cup it's almost black, which it means that it probably hasn't been ever changed. Now I'm gonna let the oil drain out of the gearbox as much as I can, and while the oil drains, let me go over one of the very important things or roles your drain plug has. Now, as some of you probably already know, the drain plug has a small magnet on it which is used to collect metal shavings, as you can see right here. Now there is some dirt and some metal shavings on this plug, but this is quite normal, especially considering the fact that oil has probably never been changed in this gearbox. However, I could be wrong. Now if you notice bigger metal shavings, that could be indication of some more serious issues. I'm gonna clean this plug off and I'm gonna put it back in. One other thing that I gotta warn you about is the tightening torque. Now specifications state that you should tighten these two plugs from 30 to 48 Newton meters. If you over tighten them, you might crack the housing. So you want to avoid that at all costs, primarily because fixing something like that could get very expensive. Now the main reason why something like this could happen is due to the shape of the plugs themselves. They do have somewhat of a cone shape to a degree, and the more that you tighten them, the more pressure they are going to be putting on the housing. However, I'm not going to be using a torque wrench. I'm going to be doing this by feel. Alright, and that is good. Just to check it one more time. Now when it comes to filling up the oil, I'm gonna show you a neat little trick using the compressed air. I'm gonna use a 10mm see-through hose, and I'm gonna use 8mm drill bit to drill a hole through the cap. The hole in the cap needs to be a bit smaller compared to the see-through hose, just so the air doesn't pass through. Alright, I got my hole drilled, and now I'm gonna pull the hose through. I'm gonna leave just enough on the other side so the hose can reach the bottom of the bottle. Now on my Gearbox oil bottle, I'm gonna pierce a small hole so I can put some air inside of it. Alright, I got my bottle with the hose ready. I'm gonna place the hose inside the gearbox, and now I'm gonna put some compressed air inside the bottle to get the oil to the gearbox. Now you don't want to put too much pressure because the bottle might pop. Now there are simple ways to do this on this particular car. I think that you could actually fill up the gearbox from the top, but since the car is on the lift, I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna move the bottle around a little bit to get all of the oil out, and I'm gonna get the other bottle. Here's the second bottle. Now I'm gonna keep filling up the gearbox with oil until the oil starts to flow out of the fill plug. When that happens, that's the indication that the gearbox is full. Now, as I said in the beginning, the capacity is 2.1 liters, but I have to take into consideration the residual oil inside the gearbox, so I'm guessing I'm not gonna use all 2 liters. You can see the oil is flowing out now, and there is still a little bit of oil inside the bottle. I'm gonna pull the hose out, and I'm gonna put the plug back in. I'm gonna tighten it using my mid-size ratchet. And that is basically it. Now lastly, I'm gonna use some brake cleaner to clean everything off, and I'm done. Anyway, that would be all for this video. If you liked it, hit a like button and support our channel by subscribing and by sharing our content with the rest of our Fisty.